Everybody, welcome to this meeting of the Licensing Committee on July the 23rd at 1:30. If we could look at our agenda, it's quite light, but the first item is declarations of interest. Does anybody have any declarations of interest? No? Nothing, thank you. Item 2, actually, the minutes actually don't need to be here and aren't here. That's just a typing error, so we'll pass through on number 2. To item number 3, urgent items. I don't have any urgent items. Do you have any? No urgent items. So we can move directly on to part 1, reports requiring a decision, which is agenda item 4, appointment of members to subcommittees. If I could pass this to you, Sue.
Thank you, Chairman. If I could just explain, the reason you don't have minutes for this is because it's a special meeting, and special meetings don't have minutes of previous meetings. This meeting, the minutes of this and the minutes of the previous meeting will go to the next full meeting of the Licensing Committee, which is in the end of September. Appointment of members to subcommittees. You've got 2 subcommittees to consider, the Licensing Subcommittee and the Voting Subcommittee. If we take the Licensing Subcommittee first, which is detailed at 2.4, we've had quite a successful scheme running, which has also been adopted by Finance, Audit and Scrutiny for their standards procedures, in which all members are appointed to the Licensing Subcommittee, and we notify the chairman if we have to hold a hearing, and we find the members who have no interest and who are available to sit on the panel. It's worked well, we've had no delays, and I would recommend it to members. Could we deal with that first, Chairman?
Yes, can I have any comments from the floor, please?
I would be delighted if we could have a system whereby we could draw upon a pool of people, because there are many people on this committee with different talents and knowledge of the voting.
Licensing.
Sorry, I was misreading. I thought you were dealing with...
I was dealing with 2.4.
Yeah, no, but I've misread it under that one. I beg your pardon.
Sorry.
Any other comments at all?
So to say that, you know, the same applies though, doesn't it? I mean, we've all got something to contribute to this. So I think, you know, if we have a wide pool and then we move forward, it just seems a sensible way forward. So can I make...
Would you like to take each one as a...
Well, Chairman,
Take them on block, or...?
I don't mind taking them on block or taking them singly, but the first one is the process for approving the Licensing Subcommittee.
Well, should we take that one first? Let's take that as a proposal and a second and a vote, shall we? If we're able.
Well, if...
Proposed by the chairman.
Well,
so
Councillor
the
Mrs.
chairman's
Scotty...
well,
no.
fair enough, then I'll make the proposal that
I'll
we follow
second
the
it.
recommendation. And I think the chairman seconded it.
Okay, thank you. And if we could, everybody would like to vote on that, that's unanimous. Thank you.
Thank you.
There's nobody left there to not vote or be abstentious. So the next one, number 2.
It is the size of the voting committee, and quite frankly, Chairman, I would recommend to members that you adopt the same procedure for the voting subcommittee, with the inclusion of 3 councillors, that's excluding Councillor Thomas, at 2.2 at the bottom of the first page, so that you have their particular Councillor Guy and Councillor Francis undoubted voting experience and ready willingness to accompany the tester, because it does require someone to accompany the tester on voting tests. And I would recommend that you all sit on that and follow the same procedures for the Licensing Subcommittee.
So a proposal from Councillor Davis.
I'm happy to propose that.
Thank you, Councillor Davis. I'll second with the chairman.
Well, no, I was just going to say, I think it's fair enough that they be approached, if the ones who do not sit on this committee, but they be also allowed to decline if they don't wish to be on it. We can't just co-opt them if they don't actually wish to be on it.
Yes, I have spoken to Councillor Guy and Councillor Francis, and they are very keen.
Right, okay, thank you.
In that case, then, we've had a proposal and a second. Do you have a comment? You're...
Poised.
Yes, if you'd like to approve that, please. All in favour? 4. Thank you very much.
Thank Thank you, Chairman. Which brings us to the last one, the terms of reference, which I've dealt with at 2.3 in the report. And I'm suggesting that to deal with issues relating to registration and licensing of boats and boatmen in the locality of the Isles of Scilly, to delegate the power to issue licences following a successful testing procedure to an officer of the authority, and to provide a report on any and all activities of the subcommittee to each meeting of the licensing committee. And I don't know if members like those or if they have any other suggestions.
Any comments from the floor, please? Nothing at all? Well, from my point of view, 2.3 down to 2.4 all look very sensible. Yeah. So if that's the case, if anybody would like to make a proposal. Proposed by Councillor Davis and seconded by Councillor Martin, Chairman. So if I could have your approval on that, please. That's most kind. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman.
And then number 4, the terms of reference, which you've actually read. So we've
Yes.
done that. Thank you. So, okay, moving on to agenda item 5, which is the Gambling Statement of Principles Review. I know there's been 2 working parties on this already, so I'm fairly sure that it should be fairly sensible. But are there any questions or comments from the floor? Anything that we haven't picked up on? Chairman.
Yes, thank you. I'm happy to recommend both 1 and 2 because we did discuss this in previous committee sessions and we've had quite a lot of time to read it and go through it. So I will propose the recommendation.
Thank you. Could I have that seconded? Seconded by Councillor Mumford, whose name I remember this time. Thank you. If I could have those in favour, please. All in favour, thank you very much.
Thank you, Chairman.
That being the case, that is a very swift meeting, probably a record. Thank you very much indeed.
It's just small items of business.